621 on your Thursday morning. Progress is finally being made on that bipartisan infrastructure bill, Javi.
Yeah, we've been hearing about this for weeks. So this is finally some good news, though. This morning, at least 11 Republican senators have signed on to this legislation. Now, that's enough to override a possible filibuster from their GOP colleagues. It's a $1.2 trillion proposal that does not raise taxes on corporations or wealthy individuals. However, now it's unclear whether there's enough support from more liberal Democrats who want more action on clean energy and income inequality. So joining us right now, Senator Mark Kelly, we thank you very much for talking with us on this infrastructure bill and also some change to mental health policies. So I should say not properly good morning, Senator. I should say good morning, Grandpa. Congratulations on becoming a grandparent for the first time.
Well, thank you. It's been about 3 weeks. It's very exciting. My daughter Claudia and her fiance Mark are. We're really excited as a family. It's really great.
We love it. We love it. Love to hear the personal side of your life as well. But let's get to the business side, because we know you've been working on a bipartisan solution to the country's infrastructure problems. Yesterday, we learned about those senators, as we just mentioned, signed on. So how does this one differ from the president's proposal, which Republicans slammed for being too costly and not dedicating all the money toward infrastructure-related projects?
Well, Javier, you're also forgetting about the other folks that were involved, myself included, Senator Sinema. We've been working on this. There's 10 Republicans, 10 Democrats for some time now, because, hey, as I've traveled to every corner of our state over the last couple of years, and I've been speaking with mayors and tribal leaders, everybody realizes we have significant infrastructure needs: roads, rural broadband, ports of entry, bridges, water infrastructure. It's a significant need, and it's across all 50 states. Everybody gets that. Now it's a matter of, what's the right thing to do? What's the right amount? How do you pay for it? And the positive thing about trying to fix our infrastructure, it's also really good paying jobs for Arizona.
So how do we pay for it?
Well, there's a number of proposals. This is something that is a work in progress. There's still negotiation to be done within this 20-person bipartisan working group and with the White House. And then it's a matter of being able to get 60 votes in the United States Senate to get the legislation passed. So how you pay for it is part of that negotiation, along with what we're going to actually fund.
Well, we like to see the progress there. You also recently introduced bipartisan legislation called the Brandon's Act, and this measure is crucially necessary, and it's actually in honor of an Arizona service member. What's this about?
Yes, so Brandon Concerta was a petty officer in the United States Navy who died tragically of suicide. This legislation is in honor of him, but it's also to try to fix a problem. It's tragic how many active duty service members and veterans we lose to suicide every single year. And this provides the ability to get the mental health counseling that service members often need without any retaliation for doing so. So, Brandon, this obviously could not help him. It's named after him, but this will help other service members so we don't continue to tragically lose so many to suicide.
And I know his family has been pushing it, so thank you. Last week, Vice President Kamala Harris took her first trip abroad to address illegal immigration. But after record high crossings in March, April, and May, she admitted by giving aid to some South American countries, it's not really going to fend off the surge that we're seeing at the border. So is this the right approach?
I think it's part of the approach. I flew the space shuttle for 15 years. When you got a significant problem, it's important to find the root cause of the problem. So that's part of this. But let's look at the big picture here. The federal government, Washington, has failed Arizona and other border states on this issue for decades now, and continues to fail on the border. Politics often get in the way here. We need real solutions. Senator Portman and I, Senator Portman, Republican from Ohio, and I have recently introduced legislation called the Border Response Resilience Act. It's going to take the politics out of this and make sure that Homeland Security has a plan to respond when there's a surge at the border. but also make sure that they have the resources to deal with the situation when there is a surge, and do it in a way that's a humane process for migrants coming across the border. So Senator Portman and I are excited about this legislation. It's going to help Arizona with the resources to have a federal response and give Homeland Security what it needs to do their job.
We always thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us. We wish you the best of luck in Washington, D.C. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Javier.
We'll be right back.